Hey guys, welcome to the Step Outside YouTube channel. If you want to see catches like this, stick around, like and subscribe. Here's what's coming up.
Hey team, we've recently had some good rain pushing through and I thought to myself, you know what, there's a bit of an overflow here. It generally screams fish attractant. And of course up here in the freshwaters we're targeting Australian native species such as bass. We might even get Saratoga and you could also catch a few other species and varieties, mangrove jacks and bream. But we've got to be quiet, we've got to be silent. So I'm using a trustworthy Mambo stand-up paddleboard. I've got the paddle, I've got a little light 1 kilo outfit, which we'll get into shortly. But first, I'm about to hit the water and see if we can catch a few fish. So I've put my Mambo in. This is the 11-foot standard surf Mambo stand-up paddleboard. I absolutely adore it. It's easy for me. I'm a 6 foot tall bloke, or 6'4", and it carries my weight very easily. But have a look at that. I know your focus is on that because to me, that just screams fish, I can assure you. So I've got the paddle, of course, I need that to get around. I want to run quickly through my gear with you if I may. This is the new Sienna 1000, a fantastic little reel. It's beautiful, it's red, it's black, it's got 3-pound Power Pro braid. I've got 6-pound leader and I'm going down to here, which is the small Crank Deep from Strike Pro, a great little lure. Sort of looks like a little bubble pop, but it's going to be diving to about 5 feet of water and I think that'll be enough to pull those fish out of that stream there. So the rod, well, it's a squidgy, it's a 1 to 3 kilo, nice and light, and I reckon that's going to do justice for me. Plenty of grunt down here, nice light tip to give some action to that particular lure. So what I'm doing here is casting right along the edge of that waterfall. And the fish should be hanging right underneath that foam as that next level goes down, down, down to the bottom one. So realistically, if you cast up on to that next level, let the water take it down like this, you might be able to hook up along that ridge, along that line. Oh, bugger. Had a bite. That's a good thing. Having a variety of lures is super important as well. And obviously you're on a stand-up paddleboard, you've got to make life a little bit easier for yourself. So what I use here, I've got myself my Shimano backpack on. I'm going to change my lure over. Sometimes if they're not biting on one, change over. Give it a good blast, no good, move on. So I'm going to try one of the TN60s Vibe. I think that might do justice for us, hopefully. We'll see how we travel. But I'm also using these little decoy round snaps. I'm using a size 1, and that just allows me to quickly change lures without tying any more knots. So that's the decoy round snap. They're a really good little snap. They've actually got a very rounded oval shaped end on them, so it allows you to get a little bit more movement with your lure, which is super important when you're doing this style of fishing. This is what it's all about. The beauty of being on a stand-up paddleboard is you have really no control of where you go or where the fish wants to take you. And in this case, he's staying in these falls here. He knows that's where the cover is, he knows that's where there's lily pads, and he knows that's where he wants to be, unfortunately. Yeah, I love this. How could you not love this? You know what? Imagine being out on the board catching mackerel. Done that, so much fun. And then maybe a tuna or even better, a marlin. Oh, no, this one's got me into the snag, the bugger. Oh. Again, the issue there is you don't have the power of an electric engine or a boat or even a kayak in a way to pull yourself back a bit, whereas with the stand-up paddleboard it is going to drag you into where they are, being the structure, the snags or anything like that. But it's just the fun and the excitement. Man, I'll tell you what, get all this gear from Anaconda and gear yourself up, go for a paddle, get the fitness going, and maybe, just maybe, throw a rod on board. See if we can get this off. He got me around the snag, he's done me like a dinner, but there's some more clouds starting to move in. One thing you've got to be aware of is obviously these runoffs are created from rainfall in the hinterland. So you see a big dark cloud number further upstream or up in the hinterland, probably a good chance just to keep a real good eye out and hear what's coming downstream, because this water level can rise quite rapidly, and that's one time you definitely don't want to get caught out in a situation like that. But at the moment, I can see the clouds coming, so it's for me, it's adios. Here's a few tips for you if you want to get out there and do a bit of SUP bass fishing.
Try the 11-foot Mambo SUP board from Anaconda. It's perfect. Light 1 to 3 kilos Shimano spin outfit, a variety of surface and shallow diving lures. Spread your legs to get the balance. If you don't, you could go into the drink. Also, look straight ahead when you're casting. Pinpoint where the fish are, that's where you'll want to throw your lure. And of course, thanks for watching Step Outside YouTube channel for lots of cooking and fishing action. Like, subscribe, and of course comment for more catches like this and cooking recipes.